it's Alex, and this is Jessie, and I'm playing with wood veneer, and I want to re-varnish the veneer from the dashboard. This is what the wood looked like on my dashboard ends. Looks a bit tired, doesn't it? A bit cracked. So it's actually aluminium coated in a wood veneer, so a thin layer of wood stuck on it basically. Now this one I've prepared by using a blade you would find in a Stanley knife, but not in the knife, I just took the blade out and held the blade by hand and just gently scraped in a downward motion. I think I used some sandpaper first to get any loose bits off. I can do all this on my bonnet because I'm going to be spraying it, so I don't care. I used sandpaper to get any loose bits off, and then I used the blade and I just kept scraping in a downward motion to get all the old varnish off. So all we're left with is bare wood. Bare wood. No old varnish on this. There's a little bit on that end there, I think. I haven't done. So the next stage would be to get some sandpaper and just flash it over. I think I used 320 grit. Give it a little sand over, and then I've got some spray on varnish which I'll show you in a moment. Try not to go too close to the edge because you risk sort of damaging the wood and exposing the metal underneath. So it looks savage, but that is nice bare wood there. So it makes it quite easy. You know that you're scraping all the dark bits off until you've got nice wood. So I hold the blade like that, and I go in a downward motion. And I push quite hard down. You could go up and down, but I think you risk damaging the wood, especially if you get too close to the edge, because you could end up peeling the wood up at the edges, and we don't want that. I tend to just go in one direction. And just keep going at it. If you get any stubborn bits that don't want to come off easy, I grip near the edge or near the end and give it a good old scrape, trying to keep the blade flat at all times, because you don't want to dig the point of the blade into the wood because you damage it. You're trying to keep the blade flat. See? And you get all that varnish off. If you want to go upside down, you can. And again, I try and keep it going sort of one way. It's a bit more awkward if you try and scrape it that way, I find. Look at the grain on the wood coming through. Lovely. Once you've scraped it all off, all the varnish, I get this 320 grit sandpaper and just sort of gently go over it so it removes any splinters or any lumps or any bits of varnish you've missed. I'll give it a sand and a quick feel. And again, you don't want to go too harsh or close to the edges because you risk damaging the veneer. So I can feel here, this is a bit lumpy, a bit splintery. It feels a bit better. Now this has been stressed in the past. There's a little piece of veneer on its way off. I don't want to rub it too hard. I'm just going to leave it. I'm not going to touch it because otherwise that will just expose metal underneath and we don't want that. If you've got any remnants of where you've had some damp in the car and the wood's gone a little bit sort of mouldy, you can sort of rub that off. Try and get it all one colour and one feel. It's a little bit lumpy there. So that's the last bit there. It feels good. And then what I do is I get a little bit of thinners on a cloth and I wipe it over so all the dust comes out of the grain. See how much better that's looking. So once I've got all the dust out of the grain, I personally take this into the bedroom and use my hairdryer to dry it, so it goes a lighter colour when it's dry. Once it's dry, if you don't put your sticky fingers all over it, you can put your first coat of varnish on. Ta-da! And this is it after I've run the hairdryer over it. About as good as I can get it, ready for the varnish. Alright, let's give it a go. Looking good already. My friend said to leave this to dry until it's sort of touch dry, and then you can put a thicker coat on. So you should start with a thinner coat first and then go thicker. Exciting! Thanks for watching, and look out for part 2 where you'll see what it's like after a few more coats of varnish. I hope this has helped you out.